shit.
Hopefully your volume's down. Hello and welcome. Week 11. It's first round Tuesday night.
I got cut
We're off the rails already. This Around the Arc presented by Napa Auto Parts of Stratford. We're down a guy again tonight. Matt, Ben, Ryan, no Ellis. Tyler behind the camera, and McAdoo showed up. That's how you know it's a stranger danger game night, when you got the streaky shooter who plays well only against Run TMC, Will McAdoo. So, stranger danger in action tonight, and I'm here in my
stranger danger in danger tonight.
That's another way to put it.
Very much
against
so.
the Temptations, the 4 seed and the 13 seed. We have a very fun question on this game. You can comment other questions like the one we're going to get to in a second on this Facebook Live feed. First, Temptations winning, right?
Yes.
I think that's
absolutely.
okay. That's the easy part. So, now for our fun Around the Arc Facebook Live style question we came up with. Which is more likely? Tyler Feldman, 10 points, as you know, a part of the league, or Carmine Santarelli, an MVP candidate, scoring 50. Now, both can happen in the same game. Like, they're not, that'd be inversely related, right? But, which is more likely to happen?
Definitely Carmine scoring 50.
Okay, why?
I have 2 reasons. 1, Tyler has never taken in really enough shots to score 10 points. And 2, Carmine's actually scored over 50 this year, where Tyler has not scored over 10.
It's going to be hard to hit 10 without the correct amount of shots, right?
Exactly.
It comes
Just
down
math.
to it comes down to one specific thing. Carmine's an athlete. Tyler's not an athlete.
We have a Kevin Rivera, Tyler 10, hell no.
Cold-blooded.
Kevin, what's up? Good game yesterday. So we have a hell no from someone watching, Kevin Rivera, who No Limit won yesterday.
Hell no that what,
Surviving
Tyler
advance.
scores 10?
Correct.
Yeah.
Is that
Smart
the
man.
clean sweep?
Smart man.
We all know Kevin's very smart, so I'm glad he went the smart
agree.
route on that one. And like we said, Temptations, right? Good.
Yeah.
Renegades Lob, the other game at 9:15. That's the 8-9 matchup. Lob was able to climb all the way up to the 8 seed. They play for the second week in a row. We know what happened last week. Lob was able to win, and I think it was pretty. I mean, they won that game. I think they had control of that game for most of it. What happens this week without Davin, unless he's completely lying to us? And Kevin commented, "Haha, I'm smart," which just reaffirming what we said. But Renegades, no Davin. What he played last week, and I don't know how effective he was last week, but he played. So what does that do to this matchup, kind of round 2 between those two teams?
Well, Lob 203 played them last week and came away with the win, right? So they're on a hot streak right now. They've won their last 4 games, and I think that's some momentum that they're going to carry over into the game this week. I think they're really excited to play, and without Davin, Renegades might be a little nervous before this game, right? Like Tyree has been able to play well, but he's not necessarily playing as efficiently as he could, taking a lot of shots, not necessarily making a lot of shots. So it could be close. It's going to be close.
Yeah, without Davin, you lose a key aspect to their defense. Lob 203 has the ability to put up some points on that board. So I think it's just, I think Lob 203 is going to come away with the victory.
I agree.
I think a lot of us have Lob, right? So that'll set up, the serial killers in that part of the bracket won yesterday. So that would set up a 1-8 that, again, we're about to get to Goon Squad not really being a 10 seed, right? Lob as an 8 seed is not a fun second playoff game for serial killers. John Lutters, big game tonight. He's in as well. We already talked about Stranger Danger. You can ask, Lutters can comment about Tyler 10 or Carmine 50. That'd be fun. We can get Tyler's teammates to harass him before they even come here to play. And Steve is here. Steve, Tyler 10 or Carmine 50, pick against your teammate. So, 10 o'clock Redemption Avengers, then we'll continue to take questions on the video. We don't know if Korshard's 100%. That's the 3 seed Redemption, the 14 seed Avengers. The Avengers have pulled off some wins, one notably against the Firm, who lost yesterday, but they were a higher seed. We're hoping a full roster for Redemption, but what in that game stands out besides the 3-point shooting of the Avengers?
I think it's just going to come down to if the Avengers are just going to play consistent basketball, because they can put up points in a quarter and they can put up points in a half, but if they can put up points consistently and shoot from the outside consistently through the entire game, it could be closer than we expect, although I just can't see them winning, because Redemption doesn't really play down to their competition like some other teams do, like No Limit sometimes does, even though they can do it and get away with it because they're so good. But I've never seen them play down to their competition, which I think is going to pay big dividends here.
Yeah, Redemption's a really deep team. They're also really unselfish. They don't care who scores. They don't care who gets the assists. They share the ball really well, and I think that's going to be a real key in the playoffs for them. making other teams spreading them on defense, because it's not just Jalen Graham's show. You know, they have a cast of supporting guys around him, and yeah.
Yeah, and as we talked about, the firm lost in that part of the bracket. So if Redemption wins as we expect, the rookies will be waiting for them in the quarterfinals, which would be a lot of fun. This is called the transition, Ben. John Brule, why is Joey so afraid of Goon Squad? That leads us to Goon Squad, Run TMC, 10 o'clock, the 7-10 matchup. Brule has something to worry about, I think, at 9 o'clock, making sure that goes the way that we all think it will. But then at 10, Run TMC, Goon Squad. What did I write about this? Well, TMC on a losing streak.
Sure.
Goon Squad rolling, so it's the battle of two different directional teams. What in that game stands out, obviously, besides kind of Marconi and Will, yeah?
Let me ask you a question in this segment, Joe. What do you guys think?
This wasn't planned.
What do you think you need to do better for this game to go well? I mean,
So
what do you got to do to get out of the skid?
First time we played, we clogged the paint and they missed shots. So that combination helps against really any team when they're not hitting and you're able to kind of stop them from driving. That was how we were able to build the lead and then hold them off in the second half. But they're obviously hitting shots now. Massaro is hotter than ever, and they got other guys rolling. So it'll be that struggle of what kind of when you play a good team, you have to give something up. Like no one's in a position to really stop everything. So it's what do you give up that hurts the least.
What do you think the key matchup is going to be? Who's got to dominate?
I think if my brother hits a shot, we'll be okay.
A shot,
just like one. So the issue is we had
3 points equals win.
and that's a thing for making them stretch their defense. But
that is important. But he's going to have to hit more than one. So
yeah,
one for the confidence purpose. One for the confidence purpose makes sense. I understand.
And it also stretches the defense and makes the other team respect him. We had a Matt Zacco game against Sportslook where he was hitting a lot of those type of shots and still weren't able to pull it out. So I think obviously whichever team shoots better usually wins. And that's even more important today.
I think what's important in your game is foul trouble, because we saw last night that defense is more intense in the playoffs. So you're going to get more people picking up more fouls. Last night in the Monstars game, there were 5 or 6 players with 5 fouls, 2 fouled out. So if Will Hudson and Kevin Blake can get Marconi in foul trouble on the inside, that's huge because they're not as big in terms of depth as you, I would say, where you can maybe rotate a smaller guy down there and get away with it better than they could.
Right. Kevin, hopefully we get a vintage Kevin Blake game as well. That's been part of the consistency of the team. Him coming and doing what he does, and Will Hudson as well, taking up space, rebounding.
I think he's definitely the unsung hero of the TMC team.
For sure. So hopefully we get what we usually get, and then that kind of evens out the matchup, and we see what happens. But John Lutters, he'll score way more than Carmine tonight, so I'm assuming that means he's picking Carmine 50 more likely than Feldman 10. So that works out well. What time is it, Tyler? No one knows. So before we wrap it up, I know we already mentioned the rookies beating the firm last night. We also had a Monstars Sportslook game. I didn't mess it up, right? We also have a Monstars Sportslook game where the Monstars were able to avoid the upset. Anything about those games quick?
Like I said before, the Monsters game was just riddled with foul trouble. And then the rookies game was just riddled with inconsistent offense. But it looked like almost none of the 4 teams really wanted to pull away and win each game. But hey, they're moving on. Rookies and Monsters are moving on to the next round. Can't take anything away from them.
I didn't see either of the games, so I don't have a whole lot to comment on,
You guys are on court 2, that's true.
And I refuse to mention the names of the other 2 teams on court 2.
So then let's just talk No Limit quickly. They trailed at the half. No, you're not mentioning White Magic and whatever. So I did it for you. No Limit trailed at the half to that team. What changed from first half to second half in that game?
Well, I think they just got more serious. They locked down on the defensive end. They didn't allow Steve Busek to keep doing what he was doing. I think he had 15 points in the first half, and I think I said this yesterday. The whole White Magic team only scored about 9 points in the third quarter. So when you're not scoring on offense, it's pretty hard to come out with the win.
Yeah, they were just playing down to the level of White Magic in the first half. Realized they were down at the half, stepped it up in the second half, and just showed them who's boss.
So I don't know what Kevin says here. Lutter says, "Give me the ball every time, we'll be good." I can't agree with that. Then he gave me the time update, which is much appreciated. John O'Brien's here. Tyler, you can speak. And you got a big game coming up. He's not going to say anything. So Feldman behind the camera doing Feldman things. But we have our 4 matchups tonight. We'll be through with the first round today. And it's because Kevin wasn't in. That's why. That's why Busick was scoring.
That's a
in the
fair
first half.
point.
Yeah, no Kevin.
Very fair
so
point.
we expect Kevin to be in the game earlier next week when they take on the winner of my game. So
Maybe he'll dunk on you and get teed up for hanging on the rim.
That's right. Well, I mean, if you dunk on me, that's what happens. That's just part of the deal. Marconi's here as well. See a lot of him tonight. Any last thoughts about tonight before we get to the first round? Good to go.
That's it.
Keep TMC on the losing end.
Please.
It makes everyone a lot more
Makes
miserable.
my
I
life
think.
makes my life easier.
Like we said,
This
Joey's
was
happiness
Tuesday.
is our misery.
Around the arc. What did Kevin say? I said, "Why are you doing the show if you might be playing your last game tonight? Go warm up." All right, so that's true. I need to get a warm up. The courts are occupied, unfortunately, but I can stretch so I don't have a
Old
dad
man
injury.
Zacco's got to go hit the
Have an old man injury. The Tuesday around the arc, first round pregame show presented by Napa Auto Parts of Stratford. For the guys, I'm Joey, Will, and Tyler, just doing nothing as always. We'll see you in about an hour here at InSports. The first round, the last 4 matchups. The quarterfinals will be set after tonight. We'll see who gets to take on the teams who won yesterday, obviously. But as we get farther into this thing, more stuff to talk about for sure as the matchups get more intense. So see you in an hour at InSports.